Hello guys, welcome to the first episode number 1 of this Zustand tutorial inside of a real React application. I hope you've already watched the intro. In the intro episode, I kind of introduced Zustand and I showed you a very simple example of using Zustand to create a store. So this is episode 1. This tutorial will have 3 episodes, right? So episode 1, 2, and 3, and then we will start, developing the application to understand the features that Zustand has to offer. So as I told you in the intro episode, I have VS Code running. I am running the application. I am seeing the output of this application in my browser. And inside of this tutorial, as I told you, we will create the store and we will add the different features that we need. By the way, guys, I assume you're already familiar with React development, right? So you have to have some experience with React. Kind of need to know the basic concepts at least of developing applications with React. If you know nothing about that, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to wrap your head around, the topics that we're discussing here. And if you need to learn more about React, there are other playlists on my channel that that you can watch. So I am not going to talk I'm not going to discuss in detail the things that are related to React itself because I want to focus solely on using Zustand for state management. So I just wanted to set the expectations right from the beginning so that you know the kind of prerequisites of this course, of this tutorial, and that I think will help you to better understand the topics that we are about to discuss. The first step for us will be to create the application, which is something that I have already done. Then we need to install the package npm install Zustand. I have already done that. And then the next step is to create our store. This is the file that we are going to create, and this is the code inside of the store. And this is the model of this employee type. So this employee that we are going to work with has kind of 4 properties like ID, name, position, and department. So we're going to import create from Zustand to create the store. And then we are going to use that create, right, to create our store. Our store has right now one single piece of data, employees, which is an array. And then we have different actions like add employee, remove employee, update employee, and so on. And inside of these, we are setting the state of the application using the data that we are receiving in the parameter of the function. For example, for add employee, we will receive an employee and we will add that employee to the employees array, as you can see here. The same thing happens for remove. We will receive the ID of an employee and we will remove the employee whose ID matches the ID that we have received. For update employee, as you can see here, we're getting this updated employee and we are, as you can see here, updating the employee inside of the employees, let's say array based on the ID of that employee. So if the IDs match, as you can see here, we are going to update that employee. So let me go ahead. Let me introduce this store inside of my application, and then we will continue talking about the store more. So here I am going to create a file. I'm going to call it store. As you can see here, store and then employee store.js. And then I am going to write the code for this store. Importing create, defining the, let's say, shape of the employee model class, ID, name, position, department, and then creating the store itself using the create function, and then defining the state, an array, and then the actions, add employee, remove employee, and then update employee. So updating an employee, and removing and adding an employee. We had add, right? Let me take a look. We have add, we have remove, and we have update. Correct. Now let's talk about the state and the store itself. So this code, as I told you, defines a Zustand store in React using the create function from Zustand library. The store is called use employee store, and it manages an array of employees. So this is the name that we will actually start using inside of the component. Now let's talk about the code itself. So create, as I told you, is a Zustand function that creates a custom hook. The custom hook is actually our store. This is the create function I'm talking about. Set is a function provided by Zustand again, and you use it to update the states, the store's state, the state of your application. The argument passed to create is a function that receives set as a parameter. This function returns the initial state and all the actions for the store. So basically this means that this is the function you create, you use to create the store. This is yet another function that you use to set the state of the store based on the different actions that you have, right? So set is a function provided by Zustand again. And then, as you can see here, the argument passed to the create is a function itself that receives set as a parameter. Set was a function, right? And then this function, the function passed to the create function, will return the initial state and all the actions for the store. So we're using create, we're using set. These two come from Zustand. And then the thing that we are passing to the create is a function itself, right? And here we are returning the state, which is an array called employees, as well as the actions that are going to happen to that employees array. And as I told you, this set is a function in Zustand, and we have used it in these different places to update the state of the application. We're using set, right? We're passing in a state, and then here we are, for example, adding one employee to the array. Inside the store definition, this initializes the store state with an empty array of employees. Add employee, this defines an action, right? Add employee. In this action, we are, accepting a new employee object, and we're using the set function to update the store. Set state, and then this is the function. This receives the current state and returns a new state object. Employees, state dot employees and employee. This creates a new array, right, with the existing employees that we have in the state, plus the one employee that we have received as the input argument. The same thing happens for remove. In remove, we're receiving the ID. We will filter out the employees whose ID matches the given ID using filter. So if there is an employee whose ID matches the ID that we have, we will filter that out. And again, we're using set and a state to set a new state because the state is immutable. And then update employee, again, does the same thing. We're receiving updated employee, and then we map through the employees array. If we find the employee that we want to update based on the ID, we replace the old employee with the updated version. Otherwise, we do nothing and we keep the original one. This is the original one, right? So set, as I told you, is a Zustand way to mutate the store. It can be called like this. So you call set, you pass in the state, and you return a new version of the state. Zustand handles updating the internal state and notifying components using the store. Now let's create the employee list and form component to start using the store. Take a look here. We are importing the store, very similar to using a hook. This is called use employee store. This will allow us to get access to the data and the logic inside of our store. So we're importing the store, and then using the use employee store, we are fetching or we are getting different portions of the estate. For example, as you can see here, state that employees is going to be captured inside of this variable. State that add employee is the function that we're going to need, and state that remove employee is going to be captured inside of this variable. And then we have some local state for this app component, right? We've got name, position, and department. And then we are going to handle the add employee operation. First, a simple data validation thing going on here, calling the add employee coming from the store, and then passing the information of the employee, name, position, and department coming from the local state that we have here, and then setting the state to empty strings. And then inside of the return section, we're doing some data binding, right? For the name state, as you can see here, two-way data binding. These two get us the two-way data binding we need. And we're doing the same thing for position. We're doing the same thing for department. When the button add employee is clicked, we're going to call the handle add that we just talked about. Handle add, right? This is handle add. Inside of handle add, we're doing add employee. The add employee comes from the store. And then we have a UI element, as you can see here. And inside of this UI element, if there are no employees, we're going to print no employees added yet. If there is an employee, let's map through them. And for each employee that we get, let's print the name, the position, and the department. And for this button that we are going to render for each LI element, we want to bind the click event to the remove employee function coming from the store, passing in the ID of that current employee. So this is the way we are using the simple Zustand store. And by the way, I just want to point out that this employees is what we captured here from our store. Now, let me go ahead and write the code for this app.jsx. Let me remove this altogether, and let me write the code for this one, not this one. This is the code. So let's import the store. Let's start capturing the employees array, add employee and remove employee functions. Next, let's declare the local state of this app component. Afterwards, we will create the handle add function, some simple data validation to make sure there are some values inside of these state, then calling the add employee from the store, resetting the local states, and then the template code. So first the header, then some inputs using data binding, two-way data binding, using value and unchanged. For the second property, position, we'll do the same thing. For the department as well. And then the button that is going to invoke the handle add function we just created. The UL, which will print out each employee one by one, the employees inside of the store. And for each employee, we will render the name, the position, and the department, as well as a button for deleting that employee. So this is the template. Now we can start, testing this. So now we can start, testing this. Right now, there are no employees inside of the, store. So if there are no employees, the app component is gonna, is gonna render. Where did it go? Yes, this li, right? No employees added yet. If I start clicking on that add employee, we'll get this simple validation, the alert that we added here. Now let's start adding something here. So I'm gonna add myself. And of course I will get, my name here. Let me add this hash sign here. And then of course I have the, I have the remove button as well. So by clicking this, I will invoke this remove employee function in the store to remove that employee. So this is the basic setup that we have achieved in this video, but we're not done yet, right? Because we basically need to fetch some data from our backend and then put that data inside of the store and then use that data inside of the component, which is something that we'll achieve in the upcoming videos. But let's quickly talk about the things that we have done. So we now have the ability to add new employees by putting, some values inside of the inputs and clicking the add employee button. Then the list shows the newly added employees, or let's say all of the employees currently inside of the store. Then by clicking that, remove button, we can remove employees from the store, and all of the state of the application is managed in Zustand in a very, centralized place without the complexity of setting up, for example, Redux. And that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If that's the case, give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for the upcoming one.